Okay, here we go. Okay, go. The track's called 1920. Hey everyone, I've got some questions on my song 1920, first song released since my album Friends, which came out in 2017. If you know, you know. And yeah, I've got some questions here which I will answer right now, and then toward the later part of the video I'll go into pretty much the structure of the song and what instruments I use and stuff like that. The main questions I got were the main motives for creating this song and how long was the song idea there for, who it's about, what inspired you to create the song, and how I found my flow. The main motives for creating the song was pretty much like how every song of mine starts, is pretty much a real life experience first, and then I pretty much just went from there. Just kind of thought about this idea and this situation that occurred and just kind of built up on it, because it was kind of just brewing in my mind, and I thought if it was just on my mind so much, might as well create something out of it. So that was the main motives for the song. That's what inspired the song, just an event that happened. Most songs I write, all of them actually, are about personal situations or situations from my close circle. So in this situation it was actually personal. And how did I find my flow? Okay, this is a very good question. It was very different to how I used to write songs, because I was in a rut for a while and I just kind of learned to write songs again, because I was getting sick of how I was writing them, as they weren't coming out how I wanted them to. Finding my flow for the song was actually a very good challenge to me as a songwriter and as just like a writer. It pretty much came down to me writing like the story, like a literal story. I kind of just highlighted important parts of the story, because you can only have so many verses and so many parts of the song to tell a story. That's pretty much how I found my flow. I kind of just put, like, there was like a sentence and I kind of just like sung it in how I thought it should fit to the melody and then the beat. The idea for the song was actually, I made beats for a little while. October of 2018 I was making a lot of beats, and this was one of them. Put some words to it. Yeah, October, and I started the song in November. The idea was there for like a month. It was just kind of brewing in my head, and I'm glad that I let it do that, because the song actually came out way better than I expected to. So let's dissect the song, alright? The song started with these 4 chords that I played on the guitar, and I'll play them right now. That's how the song started, and I kind of just took them to this synth, and this is what they sound like. That's what the synth is. It's just a stock Logic synth. The song actually started off with this verse. So I thought of the drums, because I was like, it kind of just went for it, and I think the drums was a good like intro to the song, and it was quite different from what you hear throughout the rest of the whole piece. This is what the drums sound like. Claps. So one's more of a hit and one's more of a clap. So here's what they both sound like together. And then I added so this is actually the lead that plays in the hook, but I just played it in a lower octave and I played this. It's just a stock Logic plugin. Yeah, after that, you know, we go into the rap, the intro rap, which is the chords are playing on top of it, so here you go.
Leaving the night, we all dressed up. When I look at you, think about bad stuff. Got new shoes, don't talk the cost. You look icy, call that frost. Loud my prick, talking, thinking what he say important. This shit happen way too often.
I'm gonna break down drums here, because I just think it's very interesting how I did the drums because I don't really do drums like this anymore. There you go. Quite a bit of like in and out syncopation type deal. So you've got so the kick and snare is very like on beat, you know, pretty simple. But I think it's the hi-hats that add a bit of complication. And then we get stock Logic plugin played in a lower octave. Toward the pre-chorus, I added another synth on top of that. More of a hard-hitting saw synth. Yeah, let me just solo that real quick. It added a bit more grit to the track because it was, you know, building up. You know, the drums didn't change. Oh, actually, the drums do change. I added this like hit, which is just another sample from a sample pack, and then I added a filter on it with the track. And then I added a snap. Bit more like, you know, that, whatever the hell that is. So I'll play the drums. Same drums as in the verse, just added a couple more things adding up, you know? And then in the second part of the pre-chorus, the drums actually change because I just changed the kick a little bit. So I'll play this part. It's just a double kick at the start and then the double hit on the on this instrument. That part right there is so sick. Just right here. Poof. And it's just those little things that add to the piece. It doesn't have to be major things in the song that make it that much better. It's just little tweaks here and there that just add to the piece. After that, we've got the hook. So let me play the first part of the hook. We'll play the synths first. So I added this mellow brass, and it's just pretty much a hit, or like a hit. But there's an echo on it to let it ring for the duration of the chord. Again, stock plugins, can't go wrong. And then I added a lead on top of that because I thought it needed it, and I guess, you know, I was right. So here's the lead. Instruments. This is what it sounds like. So yeah, and then after the chorus, I kind of just wanted to just have this. Kind of a post-chorus, but it's still the chorus. Actually, I forgot to mention that the bass line actually changes in the chorus. The bass line's actually pretty... It moves quite a bit because the words move a bit as well. So I was like, oh, what if those move together, but not together? So they move in different directions, but the melody, the vocal melody goes up and the bass line goes up and down. So this is what it sounds like. Very basic. I actually haven't heard that bass line since I've made the song, so that was so weird to just hear by itself. But then again, I mean, after that, you know, you've got the kind of breakdown of the chorus. And then you've got this part. So this is like the fill into the rap, the second verse. And I'll solo the drums because I was actually very proud of this. Let me just pull. I don't even know what's going on. So you've got a knock. Effects on that, micro phaser, chorus. Just thought it sounded cool. Here you've got a snap, I think. Adding layers is important, that's all I'll say. Just thought that was really sick.
Nothing to say. Get the fuck out of here, go to Tuesday. If I gotta use two plates, and I come out for a minute.
That is crazy. Yeah, that's pretty much the instrumentation. What happened at the start happens in the second half of the song, and then the outro is just... That's the instrumentation for 1920. Now let's break down what I did for the vocals. Let me just say, I haven't done vocals like this ever. So this was my first time really trying out this vocal technique that I just thought was really, really cool. For the verse and pretty much everything, I did 3 different vocal takes. So I did a lead vocal. And then I did a left and a right. And I sung it the exact same way. I just turned them down in the mix, but panned them left to right to add a bigger effect to the... So you can hear the different imperfections in each take, but that's only because, well, you could hear it without effects, but that's also, you can hear it much more with effects on because I've got pitch correction on and it's at 0 response, which means pretty much whenever I hit a note that's slightly imperfect, it'll adjust it to the correct note like very quickly. Man, I'm bad at explaining things. I also added a chorus because I thought it sounded cool. So, and then I'll play the hook because I really, really like the hook. And just
Speaking, we know we're self-absorbed, still trying to steal the show. He's a roller pole. When crooks want to approach, it went too far, too far, too far. Don't go too far, too far, too far. Me thinking about KO.
If you can hear the end of it, you know that it's imperfect, but in the mix it sounds so cool.
Too far, too far. Don't go too far, too far, too far. Me thinking about KO.
It just sounds so cool to me. Oh, and I also did these little things in between sections to lead on to another section. Let me play this part.
Too far.
And that's just harmonized.
Woo.
So sick. It's just those little details that make the song that much better. Wow, I just toot my own horn.
Nothing to say. Get the
Raps. And then this part was very cool because
people toasting, feeling like he better all posting. Promise to be better. Wishing, occasion, passion.
If you have headphones and you're listening to this, very cool. They've all got the same effects on them too. So I'll play the lead melody with the ad-libs because it sounds so cool.
Be toasting, feeling like he better all posting. Promise to be better in a future situation. Similar occasions, stand up, you my passion, you my world. Baby girl, I know that you won't lose hope.
This is the end of it.
Baby girl, I know that you don't lose hope. Cause I'm ready, you're a beat, and you'll always gonna need me. Decent folk were heated. Whatever he's saying, don't ever ruin the occasion. Was the first.
So in this bit, I've actually got an echo. I don't know what you would call this part. Oh, it's a harmony.
When you're drunk, you're clinging. Those words were the ones your girl was speaking. Speak to me, yeah, yeah.
crazy. I'm gonna play this again.
He said, fuck what he did. Whatever he's saying, don't let real on the occasion. It was the first time you were meeting. When you're drunk, you're clinging onto you. Those words were the ones your girl was speaking. Speak to me, speak to me. Yeah. Still trying to steal the show. He's a roller pole. When crooks want to.
That's that. Anyway, I just broke down 1920. Very, very cool song. Anyway, thanks for watching. New music coming soon. Peace.